Fit like Abdi, Danny Boy here, and welcome back to another Transport Fever at the races. We are on round 7, race number 4, the diesel haulage races. Now, I just noticed something as I was setting these trains up to line up. When we did the first team race, they left from Dunoon and went to Greenock, and then they did the reverse around the other way. Or is that correct? I can't remember. I think I might have mixed this up. It doesn't matter. It works all the same. So these guys are all ready to head to Dunoon. Our American train basically blitzed the first race. We'll see how it gets on here. China was in second. The French train did well to get a third. But they are ready to go. So in 3, 2, 1 and go. Whoops. Pressed the wrong button there. Hold on. Oh no. Well, that's strange. I can't actually... Alright, there we go. That was strange. When I was clicking on the play button, it was resetting me to go back to Windows. My Windows desktop, which was weird. And it was happening earlier when I was clicking on the line. You see, it's not... If I scroll over these, the tab screen ain't in the strays coming up. Weirdly. Nothing else is. Terrain. Strange. Anyway, they are off. Looks like our Chinese train is out in the lead. So, well done. Whether you hold that lead is yet to be seen. This is quite a fast section right at the start. Most of the trains in the single unit got up to their top speed. In fact, all of them did. Whether they'll be able to hit top speed hauling these coaches is anyone's guess. Looks like the Chinese is a better hauling train than the American is, just by the looks of it. It is sort of taking off. Our French train is struggling. Let's jump on board with our French train. It looks like even the British train is beating it. It's only 5 miles an hour to go. And, oh, in fact, maybe 15 miles per hour. How fast is the British train actually going? Another 10 miles to go. 9 miles per hour to go. 8. And it'll be at its top speed of 95. The rest will be able to cruise on to 100. It is keeping speed up going through that corner, which is good. It's not reached 95 yet. Still in contention. These other trains are pulling away though. They'll be past 95. Our German train may be past 95. But they do have to brake now. Come on, British train. So, up in front we've got our Chinese train. It looks like the American train is in second. French train is actually last, so we'll hold you there. I would say the British train is second last. Russian train's probably third. German train on the inside there is fourth. We're going to say. We'll pull you over there. And we're losing track, everyone. Where's my American train? There he is. Pull you guys slightly to the right. Alright, very nice. And you in there. Jump on board with an American train. So the British train might not be down and out yet. It may gain a few points. A few much needed points. It looks as though it's in front of the German train now, which is decent. Oh, it's only going at 70. But everyone is slowing down. No, it's okay. We're good. Still good. Chinese train looks like it's being chased down by the American as they head up. This is quite a fast section as well. So we'll see if it sort of speeds they reach going up here. Now let's jump in something middle of the pack. Russia. Excuse me. I still kind of got this cold that I seem to have taken home with me from offshore. Now I am currently recording these on the... This is the 1st. This is the 1st of January. I'm pre-recording these because, well, it's about 2 o'clock on the 2nd. 2 o'clock in the morning. I actually got a phone call late last night and asked if I would go offshore later on today. Oh, actually not offshore, down to England to a gas site to work for 3 or 4 days. Apparently I was the only person that answered their phone, so that's why I got the honour of going down. I wasn't really bothered. I got home for New Year. I didn't do anything, just stayed in with the girlfriend. She was actually working, and she was working on the 1st. She's working today and tomorrow the 3rd, so no big deal there. We just sort of stayed in, chilled out. We were actually asleep by 11 o'clock, we missed 12 o'clock. So I wasn't actually bothered when I got told that I'd probably have to go down tomorrow. I will be taking the train. Unfortunately, there's no flight to where I'm going. It's about a 7-8 hour train journey, so that kind of sucks. I ain't looking forward to that. So if only I'd left my phone alone. It's probably because most of the other people that I work, there's only 4 of us left in our department. There used to be 34. After the oil and gas went sort of bad, there was the downturn in the UK, and a lot of people got paid off. The 4 of us left, or the only 4 people sort of left standing, and none of them, the other 3 of them were at home for Christmas and New Year. They have kids. I probably would expect them to have been drinking. They'd have been pretty bingoed, pretty drunk for New Year, and probably yesterday the 1st. So I could imagine why they wouldn't answer their phone. So it's not an issue though. It means I get some more pennies. Me and my girlfriend are actually thinking about moving house shortly as well. So all these extra days that I'm doing offshore and away really do help. It's only for 3 or 4 days. I am trying to get all these Transport Fever at the races. I'm trying to get them all recorded in sort of a winner, so that because that's 7 videos, there's 2 races for each class: steam, diesel and electrics, and then there's the bonus race at the end. So if I can get them all recorded and uploaded, that leaves me sort of clear for 7 days, for a whole week. And apparently I'm only going down for 3 or 4 days, so that should be okay. It should cover me for the days ahead. I do also have, I did have, or I will have, an episode of Red Dead Redemption coming out tonight on the 2nd. So when you see this, it'll probably be the 8th or 9th. There'll also be a Transport Fever and stuff, so I am sort of covered for a few days. And hopefully I'll be back in time to continue on with the recording schedule. So the American train is losing out to the Chinese train. How is this happening? You've got the top speed, bud. British train's doing quite... it's dying. 94. German train's at 97, 98. So these two, the French train and the German train, will start to pass the UK train. Unfortunate, buddy, unfortunate. But the race ain't over yet. I've not seen any glitches yet, which is nice. I suppose this is a more fluent sort of track. There are bridges on it, and it seems to be mostly bridges where glitches sort of occur. So let's have a look. Before you go into the tunnel, the Russian train is sort of there behind you. You should be safe. Right, you are now lost. So French train moving up a place. There we go. There, you should be entering the tunnel now. Yes, you are. Let's jump on board with the Chinese train. And first, right, you are heading up to the sort of slalom section. Once you get past Inverbeg, yep, there's the start of it here. Just the other side of Inverbeg, where the turns that follow the road come into play. Now that is a slow section. You can see there the Chinese train got up to 100 miles per hour, but the USA train only managed to cut 95 as it was going round across the bridge there. So he may be down and out. I think this Chinese train is now far enough away that it should be able to hold on to first. And then as it enters the slow section, American train now entering the slow section, Russian train entering the slow section. This might be where the British train might come back. And it sort of slaloms all the way. You can see them snaking along. It's pretty cool actually. They'll head up there, then they'll head round. Head up the bridge there. That's an uphill climb. So whoever's got the most grunt in their train will probably be able to gain a place or catch the person in front, or in the case of the Chinese train, take off in front even more. It looks like the Russian train has gained slightly on this. It's doing 37, you're doing 37. German train is was doing 38. How are you getting on? This is your chance to sort of make amends here, bud. Sort of gain back some pace. You're at 38. French train's only at 35. So in this case it does sort of pay to be on this right hand track. They were back up to 40 odd miles per hour. Quite sharpish though. Right, Chinese train is heading up the hill. American train is starting to climb now. Let's jump on board with you. How steep is this? It is actually quite steep. Its speed is sort of locked in there at 50 and it can't seem to apply any more power. It's going to straighten out here though. There we go, 54, 55. Speed starting to come up now once the end of the consist reaches the top. There we go. All the weight is now off. Now I can see the German train and the French train. I don't see the British train. And this was your chance. Ooh, you're actually even more further. You're further back than you were before. So that did not help the British train at all. Actually, it made it painfully worse for the British train. Right, Chinese train, where art thou? You're heading downhill though. And they should be able to go quite fast along here and around here. I do believe they're sort of about 3/4 of the way. Yes, and then past. Yep. Okay. Maybe even 2/3. Alright. You're at 7. How are you going at 74 miles per hour and everyone else is doing like that? Because you've not hit this corner yet. Right, you need to get the speed on sharpish, my friend, if you're going to gain any places. Now the American train, because it's downhill, might be able to get a fair bit of speed up. It might reach its top speed of 110. As you can see, the Chinese train is about to reach its top speed of 106. And then it slows down. Why? Is that not a fluent? It's not a fluent, it's like a dog leg. Oh dear. So yes, they will have to slow down for that corner. Right. So something I forgot to mention in the previous video was like, because I did this at the races, it sort of gives you a chance to see what trains are really capable of, especially in the steam engines, because the Super Hudson, the New York City Super Hudson, is a great train, and it does get up to speed while hauling carriages, and you can sort of tell by the corners that I've put it through on here what it's going to be capable of if you use it in one of your playthrough maps. Same with the Norfolk and Western. I learned a lot about that It looks like an awesome train on paper. If you use it in one of your playthroughs, it's gonna have to be an extremely straight section, probably far enough apart so that it can get up to speed. That's one of the things that I sort of dislike about Transport Fever, is you get these awesome trains with top speeds, but you need ridiculous amounts of track in a sort of straight line with not many corners. It needs to sort of be on the flat to get it to its top speed. One of the trains I've always had a problem is the speed dance. Now I have actually used a speed dance in a playthrough and watched it make money, and it was basically I had to use it from, wasn't in a large map, just in a normal sized map. I had to get it to run from like one side of the map to the other, and it was a point to point, so it would pick passengers up, go to the other side, pick passengers up. It had to have a full load, has to unload everybody, sort of has to reach its top speed in order for it to make money. But you doing stuff like this, even like building a test track and throwing trains down it with different amount of carriages or freight trucks, you'll be able to see what a train is sort of capable of. So when you go to use it in a playthrough, you don't spend masses of money and then sort of lose it all when it turns out that the train ain't that good. It's not as good as advertised. So, because on paper, the Norfolk and Western is a good train. But when it comes to acceleration, slowing down for corners, it just takes forever to get back up to speed. Same with the BR 18201. Looks great on paper. Unfortunately though, in reality, it ain't that good. But of course you still use it, because it adds more variety of trains to your map, whatever it is you're playing. So it'd be cool to do a playthrough like most of the countries. There are like your well-knowns like France, Germany, Russia, USA, Britain, Holland, Switzerland, Austria. Lots and lots of trains in Steam Workshop from those sort of countries. You could actually pick up a map of any of that countries and just play it through using different trains just from that country alone. And vehicles, road vehicles, buses, you name it, it's gonna be there. So it's good that we've got that variety. Alright, Great Britain, where, oh my god, you're so far behind, dude. Go, move. And you're about to be lost in the landslide. Even the American train, which is 2 lines over, is still lost. And the Russian train's gonna disappear, maybe. Partially disappear. I actually fixed this because it was annoying me, and then I reloaded it and I forgot to save it actually after I fixed it. You need to be careful when dealing with stuff like this, because you get these, you can lower this terrain here so that this doesn't happen. Then when you go to replace bridge, you get all manner of bridge pillar collision that doesn't make any sense, and you'll pull your hair out trying to figure out exactly which line or which pillar it is that's causing the issue. Right, so Chinese train should be near the end. It is. There it is, the finish line. Now the American train needed the win here, it really did. There we go. Chinese train in first. Let's get ready to stop and dink. Let's jump on board with the USA train. It was actually quite far behind. So awesome on its own. Defeated the Chinese train hands down, but during haulage, the haulage train beat the American train hands down. Russian train in third, some much needed points for them after a not so good performance. German train doing well again. French train in fifth, so they did not do as well as they did in first. And again, our British train in last. Germany comes to stop. France comes to a stop. And our Eastern Wales and Scottish Railways. There it goes, the 47727. There he goes, rocking up there. Last but not least, I actually thought that this train might finish in 4th or 5th. I had high hopes for it. Alas, it was not to be. So there you have it. That is it for the diesels. So a win for the Chinese train. When we go to the championship table, you'll see what I was meaning when I was saying that the USA train needed that win. Even just to claw like 2 points back from the Chinese. They are currently, I would say, about 10 in front. But we'll go to the points table, we'll go to the race table, and then we will go to the championship table. So here it is now. Okay, so the Chinese train getting a win there. The USA finishing second, but it really did need a win there. Russia in 3rd, which is pretty decent. Germany in 4th, which is also decent. France in 5th. And Britain, unfortunately, last again. So that's the race. That's the race results. For race 2, we'll head over to the championship results. Okay, so the championship results in the penultimate race look like this. It looks like China has basically won. Probably because it had that couple of races at the beginning where it was virtually unimpeded. So that was a mistake on my part. The Americans, though, did manage to get up to second, and they may gain a few points back. One of my friends mentioned that when I did the bonus races with the champion, like the race classes where they ran with appropriate coaches from their country and era, that I should use the points for them and add them on. I don't think it would make much of a difference, but I may do that right in the last race to see how it looks. See if it made any difference at all. Probably not going to make a difference for the UK. They're basically down and out, unless by some miracle they finish first in both races in the next race. And even then, that would only get them 12 points. As long as the French train basically finished, they should be okay. So there we go, China and USA in 1st and 2nd. The Russians were starting to accumulate more points, but they just couldn't get enough. They're like a full 30 points behind the leaders, 33 points. Our German train... Sorry, I just got a weird phone call. Our German train with 34 points, and our French train with 40. They did okay. They were starting to claw some extra points back there at the end as well. Our German train with 34. I don't think they'll be able to catch the French, and the British in last. There's absolutely no danger they'll be able to catch anybody. But that's it for the diesel races. That was round 7, race 4. As always, if you did watch this and you would like to leave a like, comment or dislike, please feel free to do so. And if there is more you would like to see in the future, then hit that subscribe button. I've been Danny Boy. This has been Transport Fever at the races on the Loch Lomond map, and I will catch you later.